Well, I am sitting here with the legend himself, a Grandmaster Jim Harrison, Jim Ronan Harrison. I'm really excited about doing this. We interviewed you one time quite a while back. I'm excited about doing this again. But why don't you tell us a little bit about why you're here in Texas right now?
Well, basically came down for Larry Castor's induction to the Texas Hall of Fame. And Larry's always been one of my favorite people. He's he's just the opposite of Rodney Dangerfield.
Just the opposite.
Rodney gets no respect.
Okay.
Larry gives no respect. In a way, actually, he does. You know, he's always got something to say to you, but you know, at the same time, it's a joke, and he really does have a lot of respect for you. You know, when you're talking to him, but he just. Well, what you see, what you hear, and what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
You know, he's just as straight up guy as he could possibly be, and he has been one of the, you know, I attribute Alan Steen. I once presented him with a plaque as the all-time greatest fighter instructor combination. Well, one of the reasons that Alan was such a good instructor, he had people like Larry Castor and Roy Turbin, and Skipper Mullins and guys like that, you know, Pat Burleson, you know, and they built for lack of a better word, a regime. You know?
Yeah.
I think they turned out more TAKs, that's total butt kickers.
Yeah. Okay.
All the rest of us put together to do. I can remember I first came to I met the guys in Texas. The very first time I met Pat Burleson at the '63 so-called World Championship.
Okay.
It was really just Johnny Keane put on.
Okay.
The guy that eventually became Count Dante. And I fought Pat, but I didn't remember fighting him. The day before, on Thursday, I had these two fingers operated on. So they were in a cast, so they wouldn't let me fight with a cast on. And I didn't want to hurt my hand, so I had Parker Shelton who took the ties off from the gi, and I tied my hand behind my back. And then in '65, it was in '63, then in '65 I went to the national championships, and Pat came up to me, and he was a very affable fellow, and everybody seemed to like him and talk to him, but I didn't know who he was. I didn't know he was the defending national champion. He walked up and introduced himself to me, and he says, he says, "Remember me?" And I says, "Well, you look a little familiar." He said, "Well, you just kicked the dog stuff out of me back in '63. And then he told me that, and we got to talking, and he was my first Texan that I really met at that time. And then from there I came to Jack Long's tournament in '66 All-America. And the Texans were all there, and I was from St. Louis at that time. And I was used to fighting in St. Louis and Chicago a couple of times, a little further east. But there was always this tension between different styles, different schools, racial tension. You know, the black Muslims versus and these people over here, and the Orientals versus the Americans, and you know, the round eyes versus and it was. I came to Texas, and it was kind of like I played judo before I started karate.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
And the judo people were, you know, walk into judo dojo, and everybody wasn't there. You know, everybody did their best, but they weren't there to it wasn't like a macho place where everybody wanted to prove how tough they were. You know, and the same thing in the karate dojos in Texas. Everybody, they were better than any place else I'd ever been, and yet they were polite, they were quiet. They were mild-mannered, and just go out and kick your ass, you know. And so I just learned to love it here. I've competed all over the world, but as far as I'm concerned, Texas karate was just, you know, miles ahead of everybody, or above everybody else, as far as their ability, as far as their attitude, as far as their politeness. It's just, you know, a different place. It was like going into a different country or something.
Did you?
It just and Larry Casper was, you know, he was just one of the top of the heap. He wasn't one of the famous fighters. He could have been, I guess, if he wanted to, but he seemed to get more enjoyment out of teaching. And I guess of all Allen's very toughest fighters, I know Larry trained all of them, maybe not exclusively, but he was one of their trainers. You know, and then when Chuck had his NFL or whatever it was, NLF or National Fighting League or something like that.
Yeah.
He trained the Texas boys. You know,
yeah, he had originally tried what he's doing now. He tried back then once.
Yeah. And the Texas boys spanked everybody.
Yeah. Did you ever compete against him, or was it mostly his students and people he was training?
Larry?
Yes.
We competed the very first time that I met him up in Oklahoma. I can't remember if it was Jack Long's tournament or the Rangers tournament. I can't remember exactly. I remember we fought, and he fought a little more like a boxer than he did a karate guy. And so constantly, I lucked in and I got a couple of knees in and I put into his face, but my knee still hurts. That was 40 years ago. After kneeing him in the face.
From kneeing him in the face, okay. If you had to say just a couple of words to describe Mr. Castor, what would you say?
Just without being fancy, just a wonderful person. You know, a guy that walked his talk, loved what he did, was passionate about what he did, a gentleman, even though, you know, he would really sometimes put you down. And I've been staying with his son, David, and his other son, Scott, have been driving me around and we're doing things. And, you know, his boys are, you know, they were just like him, they were total butt kickers.
Yeah.
But they're just as nice and polite and courteous and, you know, just wonderful people to be around.
What brings you to Texas year after year?
Basically, 90% of my friends are in the martial arts, and 90% of those friends are from Texas.
Why do you think that is? Because I'm not from Texas originally, and I have to tell you what a huge difference is coming down here and meeting Texan martial artists. What's the difference?
You know, did you see the movie Lonesome Dove?
Yes.
My all-time favorite movie.
Mm-hmm.
And those people are the epitome of Texas.
Yeah.
You know, courage, compassion, you know, no fear, courtesy. Just, you know, if you want to sit down and design a culture, I don't think you could design a better culture than, you know, the martial artists in Texas.
The kind of people you could go slug it out with in the ring and bring your wounds to the bar and have a beer with each other after and shake your hand.
You'd say, man, that was really a good shot. You got me. Well, you got me with this.
Yeah.
No, but you got me better with that. Back and forth. And there was maybe 3 or 4 guys in Texas I ever run into that showed any animosity if you kicked their butt. You know, from then on, you kicked their butts one time, they kicked your butt the next time, and you both had mutual respect for each other. And you know, say, well, show me how you did that. And the rest of the guys would all keep the secret. And hell, they'd sit there and show you how they beat you, and then they'd turn around and do it to you again.
Very good. Well, I've enjoyed having you here, and I can't wait to see some of the future stuff coming out of your seminars. I know you travel down here quite a bit. I've seen you a couple of times now. Looking forward to it, and it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Well, it's my pleasure being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.